Master Dunn here. Welcome to my lawnmower. And today we're going to be changing an electric PTO clutch on a riding lawnmower. Now, if you're not familiar with what this part is, out the bottom of the lawnmower there's the crankshaft. This belt goes to the hydros that power the wheels. This is the electric PTO clutch that has failed, and that allows you to engage the blades with the pull of your engagement button and to push it to disengage. And what happened is last fall it was extremely wet here, and the grass was tall, but there was some standing water that just would not dry out. And against better judgment, I decided that I was going to mow come hell or high water, and I guess high water was the case. And the deck clogged up with grass, and this failed. So, we're going to get started. First, we're going to remove the pulley, and we'll see what that looks like in just a minute. The first thing we had to do was to release the belt tension, which I did up towards the front of the deck. There's a spring on a chain, and I was able to release that. Now I got to pull this bolt out that actually threads into the crank, and this is something I can remove with an impact. But when it comes time to put everything back together, we're going to be putting it on by hand and torquing it to the proper torque spec. Well, after a little bit of off-camera manipulation, I got the old clutch out, and as you can see, these are identical. This is an OEM clutch made by Warner. I'll show you on the new clutch. You can see in here there's a key right there. Let me hit the light maybe and you'll be able to see that a little bit better. And there's our light. That didn't help too much, but there's a metal bar in here. It's called a key, and it has a corresponding groove. Of course, it has to be on the back side of the crank right there. You can see that it slides in there. So when you put this back together, you're going to have to line up that key with that notch in the crankshaft. This is where the wire plugs in, and I actually unplugged that off camera before I started the video, but you know how those work. Just a little plastic tab that you have to lift off and pull out. Another thing of note, this is the bolt that holds the whole thing in together. We're going to be using a thread locker on this to make sure that it doesn't vibrate out. So now we're going to put everything back together. Oh, one other thing to note, there is a metal tab. On some lawnmowers there'd be a metal either square or round post that would slide in to this as a stop so the clutch doesn't spin when it engages, because that's what stops the whole clutch from spinning with the shaft. On this lawnmower there's actually just a large stop that the whole thing bangs into, so you just have to make sure your clutch lines up with the stop on your lawnmower as well. So now we'll get it all put back together. Alright, new clutch on. I actually looked up through the hole in the clutch and looked at that key and lined it up with the keyhole in the crankshaft and pushed it on there, and I've got our bolt started and spun in finger tight with some Loctite on it, and now we're just going to torque it down, plug it in, and retension the belt. Here we are with an assist from Son of None. He's got a channel lock up on the upper pulley to stop the crank from turning. We can then get under here with our torque wrench set to 50 pounds and go until we hear the click. There we go. And now we're all set. We just need to plug in this wire, and you can let that go now, bud. Plug in the wire, which is not lining up good. I'm going to have to fix that off camera as well. Tension the belt, and our lawnmower is fixed. So, have a good day. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, and thanks for watching.